Greetings everyone, Agion here, another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the south side as the red Khmer, we have Ares Eminem. Spawn on the north side as the blue Khmer. We have a name that I cannot pronounce, or even attempt to read. This is a Khmer mirror, and once I saw this replay, I was like, I just have to cast this one because this replay gets quite crazy, especially, and definitely is not standard for Age of Empires 2. So let's go ahead and get at it. We got the initial set of pigs being slaughtered. There's some ibex, 2 boars. That's pretty much standard inside these arena maps. House going down, and we do also have a nice little herding with the ibex. Does immediately kill a little bit of a spoilage here, but sometimes you just want to grab those animals when you have them close to the town center. He's doing a pretty good job of hurting them. But quite a bit of spoilage. I do hear the boar. Looks like both the ibex are just being gathered. Looks like we do also have some geese. As well as one farm. Remember, the Khemer don't require drop-off point for farms. And we have the boar being targeted now, and it's starting to be gathered. Over here, we do have both boars down, so quite a bit of spoilage over on red side. Another boar goes down for blue, and it looks like all the animals have been gathered, just leaving the pig and geese. And the geese are over here as well. And so far, it's a pretty standard replay. Doesn't seem too crazy. Granted, this map tends to promote fast castle, in which both the players are Khmer, which allows them to not have any sort of building requirements, so they can just immediately go. Actually, look, they're both immediately going for castle. We do got town centers going up. 2 town centers for blue. No town centers queued up for red just yet. There's one. And so it looks like blue's going to have an early villager advantage. Let me just go ahead and bring up the villagers. Here comes Hive. And there's a second town center already up for red now. So it looks like ever so slight villager advantage, but it's pretty even. Both sides have a way gathering resources, relying on stone walls for protection. And I heard a relic being grabbed. Red has actually grabbed a relic. Actually, it looks like 2 relics have been grabbed. Who grabbed both? Red's grabbed 2. And he's going to try to grab this 3rd one, but with all the scouts nearby, there is a aggression over who's going to grab the relics. And it looks like Red is attempting to grab another relic that was unsuccessful. So Brulu is realizing the need to protect these relics. I don't see any more monks out. We do see a blue monk on the queue. Red monk is on the queue as well. But so far, Red does 2 relics. If the game extends past the initial gold, these relics are going to be quite critical. Blue scouts are here. We do have a red scout just ready to protect that relic. And we do have the red scouts being cleaned on up, getting a little bit over. No, it looks like I didn't see. It's actually still pretty even. Both of blue scouts are quite wounded, so the more healthy scouts for red is going to win out. But luckily, there is a monk here for healing. Though he has to be careful not to let them go through the gate. Red does not pursue. And we do have another red monk here. There's a blue relic up here. There is a snow leopard, but if I remember correctly, the wild animals do not target monks whatsoever. Yep. And it looks like the moment has passed. And we do have another engagement here. We do got the red scouts getting overwhelmed, unable to get healed. And the blue scout here could be withdrawn to be healed. We do got 2 blue monks out on the field. So overall, red has grabbed 3 relics. Blue most likely grabbed the other 2. Has grabbed 1. Try and go for conversion. It's not going to be successful because scouts are quite resistant to monk conversion. And actually, these are light cavalry versus the standard scouts of red. Looks like we do have 5 town centers for blue, 4 town centers for red, and the villager count is right now quite heavily in favor of blue. 20 more villagers, and not actually going for any more villagers. I think he's canceling and going for Pure Rage. We do got red going from Pure Rage right now, so he will have a age advantage ever so slightly now, because blue's now also researching it. So blue will have a villager advantage. Down south, we do also have a minor wall in with houses, which will help them claim more forest. Overall, red does have more surface area inside his own base for lumber gathering. Quite a bit more, actually. Like, there's a huge pocket here, while blue only has 2 small pockets, and if he's not careful, he can actually break through the trees, creating an opening. There's actually maybe an opening here? Maybe not. Castle going on down for red, so both sides are starting to tech on up, getting the military technology going. 2 stables here, another stable going up. We may see some elephants. Castle on the outside for blue, which will protect this gold, which probably will become quite important in this game. Another gold mine here, which also is on the sphere influence of the castle. Gold here and gold here, so red will need to expand out in this direction. Blue is expanding out now in order to protect those future gold assets. There is quite a bit of stone here, so red may need to push out towards this direction as well. We got some battle elephants being built, and we do also see scorpions. Scorpions do have a damage bonus versus elephants. So, and Khemer is also very geared towards scorpion production. So we may see mass scorpions. Both players have now teched up to Imperial Age. Scouts are engaged in the light cavalry, the castle providing a significant amount of damage. And it looks like we do have the I forget what exactly called. I think that is meant for like a dual scorpion shot. Which, of course, while scorpions get 2 more, an extra shot, I don't think the second shot does full damage, like the Shuko News and the, what's it called, Kipjacks? But it should help nonetheless. Both of the Khemer's team bonuses also the +1 range. That monk goes down. I think he tried to go for the relic, but doesn't realize it's actually fully gone. A forward castle's coming on now. He's actually going to try to deny this gold income by his opponent, which he's not harvesting it at the moment, but he will need to claim it in the future. A large number of elite battle elephants are out. There's a moment where these battle elephants could potentially take out this castle. Scorpions here. On the patrol move stance, we do have the heavy scorpion upgrade now out. Monk is healing up those 2 scout cavalries, and these battle elephants, it's a significant force here, but these scorpions may prove it not so great. And actually, we've got a pair of monks here, which are they're being focused down. One of the elephants were grabbed. The other one, I think only 1 elephant was actually grabbed. Scorpions now finding volume. The battle elephants are trying to focus down and rush down the scorpions. And looks like the battle elephants will clean up these hussars because they're just significantly more effective. And now we've got a pretty good choke point here, doing a significant amount of damage to all those battle elephants. Great positioning there. And this choke point is going to be detrimental to the slow-moving elephants because these scorpions, look, that's a perfect lineup. They need to stand and like put on full ground set and fire. Another elephant goes down. The one in front goes down because even though they were within the minimum range, they are targeting something beyond them. And now these elephants are getting siphoned in 1 by 1. That's massive damage. Great focus firing. And the back ones being detrimental to the front ones as well. And there goes all the battle elephants. Another wave of battle elephants are moving on forward, but these may not be so effective. And Blue's actually harvesting the stone and gold here. We've got 2 siege workshops here. Perhaps a couple rams is all he needs in order to break that castle. Forward town center will in fact go down. Villager count is 133 to 142. Quite heavy on villagers both sides. But in order to support battle elephant production, you're going to need a higher resource draw because they're expensive, but they're very population efficient. This castle has definitely been spotted now thanks to that siege workshop. Scorpions are moving on forward. We've got still a bunch of hussars. And these battle elephants are going to be trying to focus down this castle here. I think there's enough battle elephants here. He may not even have murder holes, and there's also a trebuchet here that's going to be a hard counter to the castle. I don't think there's murder holes. Wait, can Khemer even get more murder holes? That's something I can't. There's a couple civilizations that can't get rid of murder holes, which actually can be quite problematic. Large group of scorpions here ripping apart those battle elephants, but this trebuchet will destroy the castle, no problem. Halberdiers are an excellent unit versus all of these battle elephants. Red may need to transition to his own scorpion production. Villagers trying to repair the castle, but that trebuchet shot will collapse the castle. Battle elephants going down, just being focused on quite easily. We've got a handful of regular scorpions here. They need to be upgraded to heavy scorpion. I see the upgrade for it now. There's also a large number of hussars here, which can rush down the scorpions. Though once it gets to this very choky point, it's not so easy. Another wave of scorpion shots coming on in does kill off some of the scorpions. Hussars trying to get on in, but they're receiving quite a bit of damage. Chemistry has been researched for blue. You can see by those flaming shots, while red doesn't have chemistry yet. A bunch of halberdiers here. They're a little bit ineffective versus all these scorpions because they were meant to counter the battle elephants. Good focus firing coming out blue, but now he's targeting some of the random units. He needs to hit these scorpions. They're quite bunched up, trying to be firing for collateral damage. And all of those scorpions do in fact go down, but all of blue scorpions are going to go down to the hussar flanks. We do have a castle here. The castle is an excellent unit versus the scorpions as well as hussars. So we've got the single trebuchet here. Actually, 2 trebuchets are here. Destroying the mining encampment. Relatively a minor target at this point. And that blue trebuchet does in fact go down. We do got a handful of cap rams coming in now. Cap rams are actually a great item versus scorpions because they are so resilient. But they will be quickly focused down by the hussars. Blue is getting quite a large number of scorpions out. And we do have chemistry now being researched by red. Okay. This mining encampment is going to receive some fire. He is going to throw them in this castle. Ooh, and the scorpions starting to get pathfinding issues in this tight area. These hussars are getting ripped apart by the blue scorpions. There's so many scorpions. Jeez. They're doing a good job of dodging, but now we're seeing quite a bit of damage right there. A siege ram's coming up forward, trying to deal with these scorpions. Does get a kill right there. Does get another kill. And the siege ram does in fact go down. 2 more siege rams coming on down. Out, ready to engage those heavy scorpions. Red doesn't have a whole lot of an army. You do see a huge queue up of battle elephants, which they may not be as successful versus a large group of scorpions that we saw earlier. Somebody got destroyed there. I think it may have been a castle, which is a pretty good snipe there. more and more of the siege ramps are getting focused down, and the red scorpions are seeing some damage, some splash damage really. And these out-battle elephants are getting picked off one by one. Though he's doing a good job of dodging that one. Ugh, how would you deal with all these scorpions? Knights may be the best option. Better than Hussars because they have more pierce armor. But still, that's just a lot of scorpions. Trebuchets could do some work. Khemr cannot get bombard cannons. And the Hussars are getting focused down quite easily. Mangonels, can't they outrange scorpions? Oh, that's a very stacked up group of scorpions, which can be quite deadly to red, because one good splash hit can take them out. And blue scorpions in a great position to help kill off any sort of funnel. Red is now focusing, well, hitting the Hussars quite significantly, but he needs to focus down those scorpions. They're primed to be collateral. And look at that, the slash collateral from the missed shots doing quite good work. Red's shots are doing some good work. They need the scorpions need to be focusing the scorpions for both sides. Ooh, that's a dead wave. And there goes the rest of the red scorpions. Just way too stacked up. Red is not in a very good position right now. He needs more production structures, apparently. He's also streaming in Hussars. He may want to take a time to trade buildings for time to get a large ball of units, because he's just throwing them one by one. Blue is now going for the villagers along the left side. There is actually a large number of farms. Remember, he doesn't need mills for a gathering point. No, these Hussars being caught up on the Hussars and now allowing the Scorpions to do some significant amount of work. And now as Blue's starting to push into this infrastructure, he's actually going to get focused down quite easily by all these Scorpions. Villager count is 140 to 149. Well, 142, 143, 140. So villager protection is quite even, but they're going to have to rely on a smaller, more heavy force. Blue has a significant amount of wood here. You may want to transfer some of them to wood, to food. Gold is a bit sparse. I see there's still some gold here, so Blue does still have some gold deposits. Red only has this gold deposit here. That's not a gold deposit. I'm looking on the mini-map. But yeah, it looks like Blue still has quite a bit of a gold reserve. While Red, it's pretty much consumed. Blue did also grab some of that gold there, as we saw earlier. Red's going to have to rely on those free relics more than his opponent. Blue has been so efficient with gold. Blue may win just because of his efficiency in the gold. Oh, look at those scorpion shots. The Hussars are just like, they're not even fighting. They're just getting slaughtered on both sides. Red scorpions are now getting hit quite severely. They're quite stacked up, getting ripped apart by the collateral damage. Blue scorpions under the open formation stance, using the splash damage. But all the red scorpions are pretty much down. Red doesn't have a wave of Hussars here, but the last remaining Scorpions are under siege. We do got a large wave of Hussars queued up for both players. Red may need to increase his production because he has stacked up like 3 and 4. He's getting more stables up now. And Blue does have a fort castle here as well as a bunch of fort infrastructure. We've got a huge amount of blue hussars now here. Red is starting to rebuild his scorpion numbers, but for lack of gold income, all gold has been harvested by red. Blue still has a small patch here, which can heal him for quite some time. He's mostly focused on hussar production and scorpions, and scorpions are pretty cheap on gold. If I remember correctly, 75, and for a siege unit, that's actually quite cheap. There's like 75, 75 in wood and gold. And Blue, now, there's an opening here. Blue has a bunch of cavalry on hussars going to the villager line. But Blue does take this time to counterattack, destroying all the siege works for Blue. But now, there we got the town belt. Blue's going to be denying this food income is actually quite important. Red does have reserve of food, so he has a small window in order to expel these hussars before he starts actually taking significant economic damage. Because right now he does have a reserve, and his reserve is being consumed, but so far it's not his lack of income is not inhibiting his production. But soon it will be. As you can see now, ones are on the build queue. Once is hitting one. In fact, he probably should send out the villagers now. And there's still a large group of hussars. He's now sustaining economic damage. He is having a food income from these farms up here. Has released all his villagers. This town center is under siege. Blue's starting to go for the villagers now. And actually, looks like Red's entire army's down here. Blue's now sending out another wave of hussars, which can be problematic with these villagers up here. So Red's going to lose villagers, period. Red has 136, and his opponent still has 144. The last group has been cleaned on up, but these villagers up here are all getting slaughtered. 126, 125. And Blue now has a significant force up here. Red is producing nothing right now. But he may actually be at top cap, now thinking about it. He could take this time to build more villagers. He has a food stockpile now, but he needs to start building up a bunch of units. Because he definitely not at top cap currently, and you have a huge queue of hussars for Blue. Another castle goes down, which will no longer protect these farms. But ooh, good scorpion hits. I will have to say, at targeting up these blue scorpions. These blue scorpions are quite stacked up. You are getting some good hits on these blue scorpions now. Blue's hussars are not here to protect. Red Arc does have a minor ward of hussars to protect the scorpions. One trebuchet does in fact go down. The gap has been breached. The breach has been filled, I should say. Actually, no, there's actually a small window there, which can be quite detrimental to Blue if it gets stacked up and the scorpions do some good collateral. One of the Blue's castles does in fact go down, I think through this trebuchet here. Red's scorpions are being cleaned up. Blue still has a healthy amount of them. A handful of halberdiers are, well, a couple halberdiers are being queued up by Blue. Mixing a couple could be quite useful when engaging these hussars, especially just looking near scorpions. Blue is being uphanded. That raid into the villager line has been quite detrimental to Red. Red only has 111 villagers, though he still has a nice little float of food. And will probably no, he's just barely managing production at the moment. There's also a breach here by him harvesting the wood. He should actually really focus the southern wood area, more so than left, I guess. And definitely, and there's actually a bit of room to be used for the right as well. But the problem is also both players have plenty of wood. Blue has 14,000 wood. He should throw half of those villagers onto farms right now. He actually does have 1,700 gold, so blue is in great economic standing. Red is now forced to build villager production, which he's down to 92. Ooh, that's not good. Red's days may be numbered. I hear also a monk somewhere. Probably left of a monk gathering relics. We do got a mass store inside these town centers for Red. Red is low on food as well, so this is detrimental. This is probably gain because he has hardly any food income. He will not be able to sustain any sort of defense with Hussars. And he does not have enough gold income to supplement any sort of Scorpion Force either, so this is pretty much game. Town Center now under siege. Losing it is really a sort of a minor loss. But the village inside are actually quite critical. Which, I think they actually all have been cleaned up. And there we go, Red has surrendered. That was a crazy game. Scorpions, Hussars, and Elephants. Let's go ahead and see the economic tab. Military, similar. It's only a slight advantage for blue. Economic, nearly doubled. That's actually quite important. Technology, looks like blue has grabbed some miscellaneous technology. Society, what exactly is society versus technology? Is that just villagers in general? And total score. Better kill to death ratio, more buildings destroyed, not a big surprise. Converted 1 unit. That was that one battle elephant we saw, so we did see that one. Largest army. Red did have a larger army because he had less villagers. Wow, Red actually collected more food there. Which we saw a bit an overgathering of wood by blue. Not gonna lie, he spent too many villagers on wood. Which is sometimes hard to tell, but when you get a 10,000 wood and not really using it, you generally know you put too much on wood. Stone collection, much greater, because we saw him collecting towards that direction, but the castles didn't really play a huge role in this game, other than for a handful of trebuchets. And we didn't even see any scorpion elephants either. Gold collector, it actually is quite similar. That gold income from the relics, mid-even. That is actually quite important. Ages, society, highest villager count, relic from gold, additional 1,500, which is quite similar, which does show the difference in between the two incomes. It's a very similar gold income, honestly, but I guess blue is just so much efficient. He didn't go for battle elephants, and he just went for straight scorpions, were a good counter for the battle elephants. And yeah, blue just overall just more cost effective that game. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.